Okay, so now we have a effect on the impact point. You can see there's a particle effect on the wall, and we have the muzzle flash for the gun. So we now want to have a trace, like a bullet trace between our gun and the wall. So we will know, we want to see some trace from bullet. So it called beam trace or beam effect. Okay, so we are going to do right now. So we are going to your content folder, weapon, sound. Right now I want to create another folder called FX, and we can have a beam trail create, and before we create it, go back to our C++. So I think you already know the way we create muzzle flash and the impact effect. Basically is we create a variable first, and we create this variable, we will assuming someone will assign a real asset in Blueprint, and after they assign their real assets in Blueprint, when the game is running, we will play these assets by code. So basically, we are doing the same thing for beam trail. So let's implement this very quick. Yeah. So the same for the beam particles. So we call this beam particle. And okay. So here, pretty much like I said, we are doing the thing what I said. We are trying to see, okay, if someone assigned an asset for the beam particle, if it already not null, we try to play this particle effect, and we emit this particle effect at the socket transform. Okay, but you will start to think, okay, the beam means this effect should start from somewhere and end from somewhere, right? Because this is a trace to represent the bullet, right? So it's not just spawn an effect in one location. You need to spawn this the effect through start point and the end point. So we need to figure out later on, but you're right. So we need to control this particle. Where is the end of this particle? We need to control this endpoint position in our C++, but we will figure out later on. So we just give you an idea. Layers are some different for the beam. Like you have some new stuff we need to control, which is the endpoint. Okay. So back to our editor, we need to create the real asset for this beam. Okay, so let's create our own particle. So we name this P beam trail. So open it, and this is its default setting. So right click, and we want to use the beam type. Okay, save it, and you click the require. You can see it require a material. So back to our folder, we create a material and weapon trail. Yep, and open it. So I think I think you know, because we need to create a material, we need a texture. So, right, so here we need a texture. So let me texture sample first. So right now we need to decide which texture we want to use. And because we are right now create a bean trail, and the bean trail basically I just want to show some like a smoke trail to represent the trace for the bullets. So let's check out smoke trail. Yeah, we have two. So the first one, the right hand side shows the path. It's under Paragon Modal texture smoke. So let's look at underground under bags texture smoke. Where's the smoke? Here. Okay. And the smoke trail. Yeah, okay. We can use this one. So yeah, we just copy one. I don't want to mess out the real one. So go open our folder and then we copy this one. Okay, now we have it. So back to our material, and we can assign the smoke trail, and we save the one, we use the one we copied. Okay, apply. And now I want to change our particle color by this material, right? So let me call our particle color and use multiply. So yeah, and use the result as our base color. Okay, so we have this material, but we want to like change the black part to the transparent part. So we use the alpha 1 to our opacity. But you cannot see the opacity here. Right now it's grayed out. So we need to change the to the edit. So now we can use opacity. Okay, so now it's opacity. So let me apply it. Save. Okay, so far so good. We just use it first. If we don't like it, we can change later on. So now we have our material, and what do we? We have our. We just saved this. We have texture. We have a material. Now we can play around about our particle itself. So the first of all, the things, of course, we use our material, just create called weapon trail. Yep. And now remember, we need have a end location let us can control in our code, right? Because our end location is our head location, but we need to control in code and effect in our particle. So because we are choosing a beam data, right? So now we can have a beam target and the beam source, but we really care about is the target, and then we have to rename this to target. And this name also we need to change here. We need to select to pyramid and change the name as a target together. Let me make sure again. Yeah, right here, target. Okay, so this means, okay, we can use this name to control its value. So now we can assign where is the end of this particle should show up, right? So this is important. So okay, so let me make sure I copy this name here first. to make sure we won't have a typo. But how we can set up this emitter? So the first thing is okay, we can review this one by one. Speed sheet. Okay, speed. I think we don't need the speed, right? Because we just want to show something. We don't want this being trace have some certain speed, and interpolation just for some quality, right? We just randomly put something here, like 10. If you don't like, you can put something, but I just put 10. And let me keep reading on this. Sounds good to me for the next one. And there's a distance. I think we don't care about distance right now. Okay, require data. Again, we scan through loops. Okay, we don't want emit loops. 0 means we keep infinity to emit this. We just want to show once, right? Because we just fire one bullet, we want to see one trace, right? And the emit duration, we can keep it short because it's a gunshot. We don't want to emit too long, right? We don't want delay. Those things, maybe we don't need to change anything. And spawn, okay, the spawn rate. 20. We don't need this spawn rate. We just keep constant to 0. Okay, and scale. Let me check about scale. Okay, maybe just 1 instant. We can use this so far. And lifetime. Check our lifetime. It means how long this effect alive in the scene. So maybe we just give it like 0.3, 0.5, because it should disappear very quick. And size. Okay, what size we have? We can have constant, I guess. The size, let's just put some small size because it's a trail, right? It's a beam trail. Basically, the size should pretty much like a bullet size. All right, that's what I'm thinking. So yeah, velocity, we don't need a velocity. All right, so I think we don't need the velocity. Okay, so maybe we even don't need this. So I click delete. Color, I think we don't need either, but just put it. So target we already set, but here is the thing. The target means, okay, where is our target location, right? And remember, maybe our bullet can shoot some place is really far from the gun, right? So we need to put some range. So basically right now we just put a really big number here to make sure our target can in our input range. So the minimum input is this location, and then the maximum input is another big location. So let me just put something here. Right, it's just a location range to make sure our code can fall into this range. And let me do these things again. Copy, paste, and copy, paste. Okay, and save. So here, okay, but we don't care about source because we will emit this from our gun socket pin. And the one thing I noticed, we need to delete this one required. Okay, so we want to kill this object on deactive and on complete. Okay, let's try this first. So let me close it, save it, and go back to our code. Now we know if we use this target, we can control the end location. So, but how it does is because when we emit this one, it will return a particle system component. So we need to catch this. So for example, maybe we just use that. And for this component, we need to include it in our header file. So go up very quick. Okay, back to that. If we successfully emit, we can this one, and now we will start to control the target position. So you just use set vector parameter, and we put the target parameter here, and we want to put an endpoint location. So now we don't know what it is, the location, but I will say beam perks, if we hit something, right? So effect, we can combine these two, but so far I just want to make things simple. So socket precision, okay, so we will say if we hit something, so we can have a vector and call this one, and this is empty. We can put vector, and there's a 0 vector. So I just init this vector to a 0, 0, 0 vector. No, and if something we hit, we update to the hit location. So let's try it out first. Maybe we will show something weird, but we can try this first. And by the way, we can print a log to make sure we really run this set vector parameter. So let's build it. Okay, and open our log. Play. Oh, you can see we didn't print the set bin log. So which means something wrong. Oh yeah, we need to assign it first. Okay, yeah. So we need to go to our character BP and make sure we assign everything we need. Beam particles, we just use our one. We just create color beam trail right there, and try it again. Yeah, you can see, right? There is a trail come up, but you found the trail is quite not really in position. Okay, something wrong. Yeah, when we back to see this issue again, you can see the trail, right? Looks like a little bit lower, right? So something wrong at the start point. So go back to our particle. We have a source, right? So go to the source, and the original setting is lower, like 50, 50, and 50. So we don't like it. Maybe we just set to 0, right? Because we just want to shoot the beam from the socket. We don't want to change the location. So let's try it again. Yeah, it works. Now you can see we have another issue with our trace where like going to random location. You can see here our sun trace is here off to the side, and sometimes it will get right, and sometimes it won't, right? So that is because we need to go to a concept about target. Because if you go to the sky, then you can see here, although we pull off to the sky, sometimes we are going to the ground, but at least the start point, the first point right now, the first point for the ground target. So you may something wrong in the target. That's why we take here the target. And you need to select the like a target activate. Because whether to create an absolute position towards that. This is why we want. Because we pick up this one, because in our code, we will see the world coordinate target here. So we want to use that option. So let's save it. Let's type it. Okay, now we'll say when going to the wrong direction, and let's say it's pretty good. It's on it. You can see now we have a phase from the ground second to the and that's great. One thing I need to fix is here is also after we set the thing console, we set the thing console point. We need to do thing point by the zero vector. So we need to think about, okay, if we don't put anything, if let's get console, which means I will show a thing trace from the ground to a zero vector. It doesn't make any sense, right? So if we can't do anything, as long as we put something, we need to have a trace. And right now we can think about, okay, if we didn't put something, where is the end of this trace? So it's the same thing like how the far way this photo texture. So it's the end of the trace. So we need to initialize this in the end. The end of the trace. So if we do something, this thing will end at result, result. If we do that, we just throw this thing as far as the end of the trace. This one. So this is the far as the trace. Okay. So I think it's for the thing. So let's build it and take a try. And yeah. So before we wrap up this video, one thing I want to modify again is we can change this color, because right now you can see our trace is like a white. We have a white smoky trace, but in fact you found there's an orange flash and the orange-ish impact point effect. So I would like to change my smoky trace a little bit orange. So to make some consistent color. So the simplest way is just we change the material color. So basically, I want to blend the two. So first of all, I want to enhance this one. So okay, so this is our color. So color. Okay, and we can. This is how strong these colors we want. So basically, just multiply together. Right. So let's pick the orange one. Maybe this one. Sure, we can use the. Okay, maybe this one. And I want to blend those together. Blend overlay. So which means we just blend these two together. And feedback. Okay. So now we will see right now, because the level is 0, so we can put level to 4. Right? You can see a little bit yellow. So let's try this. Yeah, now we have a yellow trace. But I think it should a little bit orange. Right? Or maybe we just, can we pick something? Yeah, right there. Okay. Okay, so we have our orange, and another thing I want to do is I want to use the color to emit a little bit, so it's bright a little bit. Okay, so let's try it again. Yeah, it looks better. It's like a laser gun or something. Yeah, we will use this. Okay, so this is for this video.